It is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. We are at the District Service Center in Cottage Grove, Minnesota. We would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the land of the Mdewakanton Dakota people. Mdewakanton means dwellers of the Spirit Lake. Our first item on the agenda is roll call. Dana?
Louise Hines.
Here.
Ryan Clark.
Good evening.
Sharon Van Leer.
Here.
Eric Tessmer.
Here.
Melinda Doles.
Here.
Simi Petniak.
Here.
Katie Schwartz.
Here. 2.0, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
3.0 is approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Sharon?
Yeah.
And seconded by
Simi.
Simi. Any comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 4.0 is comments to the board. At this time, individuals may speak to the school board on any item relating to South Washington County Schools. The board will not respond to or discuss your comments, vulgarity, character abuse, or specific complaints identifying staff, students, or task force members will not be permitted. The superintendent may be asked to prepare a response to your concerns. Each speaker is permitted to speak for up to 3 minutes in total. At 3 minutes, the microphone will be turned off and we will move on to the next speaker or agenda item. We do have 4 people signed up tonight, and our first speaker is Jed Swenson.
My name is Jed Swenson. I live in Woodbury, Minnesota. All my kids went to District 833, and they all have children also. I'm against boys in girls' sports. I think it's unfair, and it's a highly unpopular policy. The state of Minnesota says otherwise. The state says it's unlawful to deny boys to play on girls' teams, and that those boys who identify as girls, it would be unfair to them. The federal government says otherwise and is suing the state over this policy. They say that the state of Minnesota is in violation of Title IX, which was enacted in 1972, and the purpose of that was to give girls equal opportunities, not just in sports, but in education, jobs, and everything. And that was hard to get, and you guys deserve it. The federal government is suing the state over lost opportunities for girls, and they want to restore lost titles that were misappropriated, to give back awards, to lose federal funding, that would be the state of Minnesota, and to pay possible fines. This is a poor policy by the state of Minnesota. It's unpopular with the students and with the parents, and in the end, the voters, you people who pay taxes and who work for a living, will have an unnecessary burden to pay for this poor policy. That's all I have.
Thank you. Our next speaker, oh, sorry.
Done.
Okay, thank you. Our next speaker is Jennifer Johansson.
Chair Schwartz, board members, and Superintendent Nielsen. My name is Jennifer Johansson, and I've worked for Sawashco for 20 years. I was a former health assistant for 17, and I've been an office coordinator in an elementary school for the last 3 years. I'm currently working without a contract. Many of our office professionals are the first people our students, families, and community encounter on a daily basis. Whether you walk into your school, enter the district office to enroll your child, call a school office, or need support with students in your classroom, chances are you'll be speaking with an office professional. Office professionals currently are in negotiations with the district, and the negotiations are public information. We have a couple of areas of concern and would like to work as a team to determine how to best support our employees, provide a living wage. This year, the district has brought forth an economic package for many of our employees that includes a 0.5% increase in wages for employees, approximately 40% of whom are already at the top of the pay scale and could see $150 to $312 $312 increase the first year for a full-time employee. Keep in mind that there will be a new deduction for employees of up to 0.44% for paid family leave starting in January. So the financial package for these employees could come out to be 1 cent per hour increase. Our insurance rates have gone from 0 monthly payments for a family plan 5 years ago to nearly $500 per month for a family on the open access plan at this time. The district proposal also includes no increase to any pre-tax benefits, along with the denial of changes to personal business time, vacation days, and comp time on non-student contact days. As an office coordinator, my wages for the 25-26 school year using the proposed wage increase minus the increased insurance premium and additional family leave payments will leave my check over $1,500 less than it was for the 24-25 school year. This difference doesn't include any inflation or cost of living increases. This only causes my family and other families to struggle more. Office professionals have presented proposals to the districts in regard to living wages and time away from the office and have shared the willingness for discussion. The negotiations team and office professional employees are asking the board to reconsider the dollar amount allocated for the entire office professionals group. Please feel free to contact any of the office professional negotiation team or talk to any of our employees here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Joy Gilson.
Chair Stewart, board members, and Superintendent Nielsen. My name is Joy Gilson, and I am a district procedure nurse, healthcare specialist. This is my 10th school year working here at Sawashko School District. The district has told our negotiation team that the school board has tied their hands, and the only notable wage increase offered to our group at this time benefits only approximately 17% of our union members. The district is offering an additional hourly rate and an annual stipend to this small portion of our union group of healthcare specialists, which could be an increase of up to $15,000 this year based on STEP. I fall into this small group of employees, and as a single mom to a Woodbury High School freshman who is also a hockey goalie, I would benefit from this proposal for sure. I am currently on the high end of the payroll of our whole bargaining group, and yet my gross income isn't enough to rent a home in our school district if it's not at low income. I know multiple people in our union group that have to hold multiple jobs to make ends meet, but continue to work in our district because they believe in the district's mission and vision. While this proposal increase for healthcare specialists would help me, others in my union group would lose money and would see lower checks than they see right now. Office professionals take care of our children and families of Sawashko, and we ask in return for you to help us take care of our children and families. Please look at the increase in the cost of living and reconsider the dollar amount allocated to the office professionals. We are also asking for flexibility in how the money is allocated to benefit all employees. The office professionals and district have another negotiations meeting on October 28th at 4 p.m. here at the District Service Center, and I invite all of you to attend. We invite you to contact any of our office professional negotiation team or talk to any of our employees here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last speaker is Ebony Redwine.
Start now? Okay. Well, thank you. I just wanted to say good evening and thank you for your service to our students and community. Special thank you to Ms. Louise Hens, who had the respect to respond to a community statement that I made previously. Thank you for that. But I want to begin by expressing my deep appreciation for community education, especially for Kids Club program at Bailey Elementary, which continues to be one of the strongest in the state. The excellence reflects the phenomenal leadership of Heidi, Margaret, Kathy, and the entire team who consistently go above and beyond to create a safe, caring, enriching space for our children. Kids Club has been a cornerstone in my children's growth, providing structure, consistency, and joy before and after school. And it should serve as a blueprint for other sites in the district, helping more families to access the same level of quality care and enrichment. Beyond Kids Club, I'm grateful for community education as a whole because it's given my children and others around us the opportunities to explore gymnastics, football, and other programs that build their confidence and character, all in a way which both what's affordable and accessible for other families. And these programs truly enrich our community, and I'd love to see greater awareness so that more parents can connect their children with these experiences. I also want to acknowledge teachers and staff at Bailey Elementary. Their dedication, patience, and creativity have made a lasting impact on my children's learning year after year. They show up with heart, and it shows in the growth and confidence of their students. And a special thank you to the administrative staff and office team at Bailey and here in this audience, because I do recognize they serve as the first and last point of contact for families. Their work behind the scenes, managing details, schedules, parent communication, keeps the school running smoothly, and I value their effort and I want that appreciation to be on record tonight. I appreciate Mary Alice at Bailey Elementary and the entire office staff. I know her by name. As a parent, I also have had the privilege of volunteering in classrooms and grade level activities. Being a part of those special moments that make the school a meaningful place for every child. Representation matters, and it has been a joy to support the students as they learn, grow, and discover new things together. Like many parents, I'm navigating some concerns this year, and I share that only to say how important it is for families and schools to continue working together with transparency and consistency. I trust that through open dialogue and accountability, we can ensure safe, equitable, and supportive environments for every student and teacher. I am passionate about my children, about this community, and about my faith, and I hope that passion always comes through in a positive way. My goal is not only to advocate for my family, but also to help and strengthen partnerships between families, educators, and districts for the student success. I want to thank the school board for maintaining the policies. And that's it. And I trust we move forward and continue to prioritize equity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, 5.0 is consent items. All consent items are considered routine and non-controversial by the school board and will be approved by a single motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items prior to this meeting. Board members have had the opportunity to review each of these items and may request that any item be moved to an action item for individual consideration. That did not happen this evening, so can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Simi, seconded, Melinda, sorry. Melinda, seconded by Sharon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, 6.0 is information items. We have one this evening, and that is a summary of the superintendent evaluation, and that will be presented by myself. Okay. At the last school board meeting on October 2nd, the school board entered into a closed session pursuant to Minnesota Statute 13D.05, Subdivision 3A, to perform Superintendent Julie Nielsen's yearly evaluation. During that session, we discussed 7 performance standards: leadership accountability, policy governance, communities, communication, values, planning and development, human resource relationships, financial and organizational management. Board members and executive cabinet members commented, Superintendent Nielsen's visible presence in our schools and community underscores her commitment to improving educational outcomes across the Washco schools. Julie is a strategic thinker. She is policy-driven and a good decision maker. Julie is an effective manager who navigates complex situations and inspires others to achieve common goals. She is a strong communicator who's able to convey information clearly and concisely to diverse audiences. We did come up with next steps and things to focus on, and the board would like to see Julie do short videos around different school district topics for the public to be able to watch, some videos that maybe explain some of the acronyms we tend to use in education so that the public, when they're watching some of the board meetings, would already be able to see that and know what is going on in those sessions. I'd like to take this time to thank the board and cabinet members for their time and thoughtful feedback for the superintendent's evaluation. The overall performance was very positive from the direct reports as well as the board. Superintendent Nielsen, we thank you for your leadership, vision, positive attitude, and your commitment to the community, district, and students of South Washington County Schools. Thank you. Okay, 7.0 is action items, and we do have 3 this evening. So 7.1 is proposed policy changes, and that will be presented by Julie Nielsen, Superintendent.
Thank you. I was so busy listening to what you were saying. I was like, oh, it's my turn now. Here we go. Policies this evening. Here they are. All right. Bringing forward this evening for approval by the board are 300 series policies and 1 600 series policy. We have 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, and 307, all in that realm of administration. And then policy 613 are graduation requirements where there were just legal updates. So I know that at our last workshop meeting, we had the opportunity to have any conversation about those. For the most part, the policies being brought forward have minor grammatical changes all the way to no suggested changes at all. And so this evening, I am asking for approval on those 8 policies.
Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sharon, seconded by Simi. Any comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is 7.2, and that is open enrollment resolution, and that will be presented by Ms. Kelly Jansen, Assistant Superintendent.
All right. Good evening, Chair Schwartz, board members, and Superintendent Nielsen. Tonight I'm here on behalf of the Assistant Superintendents to seek approval of our open enrollment resolution. Open enrollment provides non-resident families the opportunity to attend Sawashko schools. It is governed by Minnesota statute and board policy, and pursuant to statute, we may limit enrollment through a school board resolution, which is what I am here to walk through tonight. Did I skip a slide? All right, so this is the one we did at the workshop, so we'll just talk through it. The open enrollment current capacity, I'm looking at Sean, because in last board meeting. Yeah, okay. So last meeting, we had a question regarding how many students are currently open enrolled. And so in your packet, you see that the current number of students range from 27 in grade 8 to 51 in grade 3, and anywhere in between there, pretty consistently. And so you can see that that's around, it's a little bit more than 1% of the grade level. Our open enrollment wait list, you can see there. So we range in elementary 2 to 1 to 1 for each grade level. Middle schools, 6th grade has a wait list of 11, 7th grade 8, 8th grade 5. And in our high schools, we have a wait list of 16 for 9th grade, 7 for 10th, 3 for 11th, and 4 for 12th grade. But you should note that we have closed open enrollment to grades 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the last year for sure, if not the last 2. But we've had several families, and you see that in quotes because that is a quote from our student information department, inquire about open enrollment, but we aren't accepting applications. So these wait lists are people who applied anyway, even though we were not accepting applications.
Oh, sorry, it's for the, sorry, I'll wait, sorry.
So with that said, with a resolution limiting open enrollment, we can do that through the parameters that we've laid out, that we're laying out tonight. So the number of non-resident students who seek to enroll at any grade level under the Enrollment Options Act may be limited as long as it has reached 1% or the number of students who enroll outside of the district. So what we're saying here is that we will accept at least 1% of that number, whichever is lesser, but we have the opportunity to accept more if it still falls within other parameters in the resolution. We will also reject enrollment into programs, classes, or school buildings if the capacity of the program, class, or school building has been reached. So capacity is an important word, so the rest of the slides kind of define what that means. And so the first criteria is that the class or school would need more space to function properly. The second criteria is that additional staff would be needed. So we have thresholds, and we place all of our kiddos, and then If additional staff would be needed, then that is not open to open enrollment. The last one is that the addition of another student would result in a material change to the program, class, or school that would adversely affect the quality of education. The best example I could give of this would be a program that has a specialized equipment where it's a 2-to-1 ratio. We need 2 students per 1 equipment. And if accepting students into this program would result in that equipment having a higher ratio than that to function properly, then that would be a material change. So. Also, along with capacity is the definition of capacity, or making sure that the board determines maximum capacity of our schools. And so those are listed on the slide. The ones that you see highlighted in yellow and red are a change from last year's resolution. And that's either a change due to, hopefully, completed construction by the fall of 2026, or a change in how space has been used or what has been done with it. So Liberty Ridge capacity will be at 910. That's a small change from 917 of what it was in the last resolution. Red Rock Elementary will be at 683, which is a change from 658. Oltman Middle School will be at 1,294, which is a change from 990. Woodbury Middle School will be at 1,218, which will be a change from 1,188. And Eastridge High School will be at 2,302, which will be a change from 1,712. So that is the difference in those numbers there. It is noted also that once in 27, we do plan for 27-28 to do a whole reclassification of capacity for all of our schools. And this also assumes that construction stays on track, which it is, but defining those numbers is important, because then when it reaches a certain percentage, then it is a school that we would close to open enrollment. And so we did make a few recommendations for changes of these capacities. So we would tonight offer that an elementary or middle school reaches 95% capacity, it shall be closed to open enrollment. That's a change for elementary. Elementary was listed at 90% capacity on last year's resolution. It's the same for middle school. Middle school is listed at 95%. And when a high school reaches 100% capacity, it shall be closed to open enrollment is our recommendation. We just found with so much flexibility in scheduling, when a school reaches even 100%, there are not students taking classes 100% of the time in those physical spaces of the class. So we thought that that would be our recommendation for our 3 comprehensive high schools. I did make note, if we used current enrollment, the new capacity numbers from the previous slide, the schools that we would close to open enrollment right now would be Pine Hill, Bailey, and Gray Cloud Elementary. Valley Crossing and Nuevas Fronteras are also over that threshold, but those are our choice programs that have a different enrollment process in which we take care of resident students, and then in a lottery process, and then if there is space and there is open enrollment, then they would be placed, but it's always our resident students first in choice programs. For middle schools, Woodbury Middle School and Lake Middle School would reach that 95% threshold, and for high school, it would be Woodbury High School would have reached that threshold of 100%. So we will recalculate that. We know we have a lot of unknowns right now, enrollment in other schools, choice programming, all of those things. So when we get to that point of looking at how many spaces we have, at that point we will calculate which schools are closed. But at this point, there are no grade levels closed to open enrollment based on our school capacity. The last slide just talks about the timeline that applications will be accepted for all grades from December 1st to January 15th. And then at that time, we will start the process of evaluating those, and decision letters will be mailed to families by February 15th. What questions do you have?
Okay, first, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Simi, second.
Second?
Louise? Okay, comments?
Okay. I'm so sorry. I got really excited and then totally forgot about the process. Robert's rules, what are they, right? So for the wait list, I'm looking here at open enrollment wait list, right? So there's like not even 10 elementary kids who are on the wait list in aggregate. So what are they on the wait list for? Because we do have open enrollment available at an elementary school. So are these like tied to a specific school that
Yes.
these parents want? Okay.
Yes, they are. They list their first choice, second choice, third choice
Okay.
in their application. And when those are not open, we offer them a school that is geographically close
Okay.
to what they've requested. And at that point, they'll just say, no, I'll wait for if there's space at X,
Okay.
Y school.
So if I've requested Gray Cloud, like that's one that's closed, correct?
Correct.
Right, so if I've
Yeah.
requested Gray Cloud, you might say, well, we don't have, like, Gray Cloud is not available, but we can offer you CGS.
Yes.
And then if I say, no, I'll wait, and then I'll just keep riding the wait list until I decide I'm done?
Yes, but Gray Cloud wouldn't have a wait list because it's not even open, because it's that
Oh,
capacity.
okay, so I
Yeah.
couldn't even apply there anyway?
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And these numbers are independent of Valley Crossing and Nuevas Fronteras? Like, they maintain their own wait lists that are separate from this?
Correct, because it's through a lottery process and there's priority applications, but it's all of our families that have applied and then all of our IDTs, and then if there is space. But our wait list is generally residents of Sawashko schools for those two choice programs.
Okay.
So I have a question about with the 100% capacity in the high schools. So that's including the online students then?
That's including students who are partially enrolled online.
Okay. How many students do we have that are fully online?
Fully? Gosh, is it up to 40 some now? Yeah, I think it's risen to about 40-ish from our students. But I can certainly get that number.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just a verification. So looking at the number of non-resident students under this cannot exceed the 1% or the number of 833 students at another grade level. I believe I heard you say there's some flexibility or there's...
There is, yes, but through this resolution, we say we're limiting open enrollment, but we can't limit it to less than 1%. Or the number of students who are out of our district, which is generally not that many, but we would look at the number of students who enroll elsewhere, 1% of the grade level, whichever number is lesser, that's the number we have to reach.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's 1% of grade level at a specific building, or it's 1% of the, so like, since we have 1,200 kids in any given grade level, it's going to be 1,200 kids or 1,500 kids or whatever. So it's
Correct.
1% of that number?
Yes,
Okay.
when we accept an open enrollment, they are accepted into the grade level.
Okay.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, Dana, can you call the roll?
Yes.
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 Simi Petniak?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, motion passes. Okay, on to 7.3, and that is our Minnesota State High School League grant, and that will be presented by Kelly Jansen, Assistant Superintendent.
Thank you. I told Christine I was going to do my best Christine impression tonight. Good evening again, School Board Chair Schwartz, School Board Member Superintendent Nielsen. Tonight I'm here seeking approval of two resolutions to support the district's application to the Minnesota State High School League Foundation. These are grants that we have applied for each year and have received from the High School League Foundation. The funds are generated from ticket sales and corporate partnerships. Form A of this grant is awarded to school districts to assist and promote extracurricular participation by high school students in athletics and fine arts. Our activities directors have used these funds to buy equipment, uniforms, and pay fees for students in need. Form B of this grant provides funds for activities directors to work with student captains and student leaders in fine arts activities and athletics. Eastridge High School, Park High School, and Woodbury High School have requested funds to continue their leadership development programming, which includes things like bringing in speakers to talk with students about being student leaders, book studies on leadership skills, and things like that. The student groups meet monthly to do these activities. For both grants, schools receive funds based on the number of students participating in Minnesota State High School League activities and athletics that qualify for free or reduced lunches. So the number of students who qualify for free or reduced price lunch that are participating. Form A has historically been approximately $1,500 to $4,600 based on the school, and Form B has historically been approximately $5,000. As part of this application, the Minnesota State High School League requires a school board resolution requesting funds, and at this time, I am requesting approval of resolution for Form A and Form B found in tonight's packet.
Can I get a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Sharon, seconded by Eric. Any comments? This is another roll call, Dana.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Hines?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to 8.0, and that is our superintendent report.
Thank you. It is clear that fall sports are wrapping up just by the weather outside, and we're just getting into some of the regional and sectional championships. So good luck to all of our athletic participants. Also, just to highlight, over the past 2 weeks, we've had our band showcase as well as masterwork. So just a great display of our musicians as well as our singers on stage. And also just to communicate upcoming plays. And for anyone in the audience, if you haven't been to one of our high school plays, I'm just going to tell you they're better than Broadway or Ordway or Guthrie or you name it. But so impressed with our students and their ability to act and perform. Park High School will be doing Walk Two Moons. Woodbury High School will be doing Mean Girls, the musical, and Eastridge High School will be doing the musical Matilda. If you'd like to attend when I am, that would be this Friday, the following Friday, and the Friday after that. So the 24th, the 7th, and the 14th. It's a great date night. I've asked my husband, and I'm hopeful that maybe Friday I'll get him to go with me so we can enjoy one of our plays. And also on a more serious note, people in the audience obviously are aware, but and board members as well, but we continue to face challenges in the realm of transportation. And so this is my plea to anyone watching out there or in the audience, and you all have jobs, most of you have jobs, I know that. But we, again, are facing bus driver shortages. And, you know, it was probably 3 weeks ago, a month ago, we began to hear it again on the news. And we, of course, are kind of following suit there. We do have people applying, and I think we know that that's great. I think we had 8 applicants in, but then it's a process to go through getting people in and getting them licensed. And so we have worked with our communications team to make sure that communication, first of all, that families are aware to work to have a backup plan. And secondly, we would only cancel routes in extreme cases. And when we talk about extreme, we're talking about all of our mechanics being out driving. We're talking about all of our office staff being out driving and maybe someone going down there and covering. So we are really, really short, in particular the afternoon. And so we continue to work through that challenge, and we ask our parents and community for patience as we continue to work to get those routes filled so kids can be safely transported around the district. And with that, we're looking forward to another great 6 weeks as we kick off the winter sports season, and again, attending those great plays. So tickets can be purchased online for all 3 plays. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to 9.0, and that is our future meeting dates. November 6th, 2025 is a school board workshop meeting here at the District Service Center at 6 p.m. Then November 20th is a school board business meeting, also here at the District Service Center at 6 p.m. And with that, 10.0, and we are adjourned.